Hey, Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. And joining me now, it is Jennifer Kelly. How are you keeping?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm really good, thank you. I have to say, I'm actually, reason we're talking today is a work-life blend. It's here in my hand. It's such a gorgeous book. But first of all, tell us the idea behind this.
I suppose back in 2020, when COVID came about, I actually set up my business, which is in strategy, business planning, and automation. And I suppose, look, I was trying to, like everybody else, deal with everything that comes with COVID. So I went out networking and I kept connecting. And I joined Midwest Mentoring Network. And John Loftus had a sign just on the back of his wall called Cliona's. And that's when I heard about Brendan and Terry Ring, who set up a fantastic foundation in memory of their daughter back in, I think it was 2006. And look, from then, that night, I text my friend Suzanne, she's a pharmacist and nutrition coach. And I just text her and I said, Suzanne, we have to do a book in aid of Cliona's foundation. And what we can put into it is all the things that we've gone through within COVID, right? Now, originally it was meant to be a cookbook that we were doing. So anyway, she said, oh, and I said, I want to have this out by Christmas. Now, this was in October, Christmas was in December, and she said, oh yeah, next Christmas. Was her text back. But I was just there starting up the book and so on. But look, we were, at that point, I was kind of there where I had gone through the whole COVID piece. It was hard, right? And I know from a fact around businesses pivoting and how they have to set their business up online, how, productivity, you're working from home, it's a different environment, you're working on Zoom calls, like that's not in the norm, right? So I think the whole work-life blend was really trying to bring about the mental stability that you have to have as well, the challenges, the change, and so on. So what I did was I thought, okay, I have a great network. Suzanne has a great network. Maybe what we can do is bring people together to actually ask the experts on their view on what we could do in these situations. Mm-hmm. And that's actually how the book came about. And I suppose, look, Cliona's foundation, the reason that it touched me personally was because I come from a family of 7 girls, and my sister had passed away, Sister Sandra, when she was a teenager, and my parents had to go through exactly what Terry and Brendan Ring went through for their child. They had 6 children that were healthy and 1 child that they had to care for, and you can imagine the amount of bills that are piling up on the side, and these are non-medical expenses that they had to pay. So completely related to the charity, and I suppose that's why I wanted to give back to that particular charity. So everything that you see in this book, and all the contributions from the businesses and from the people that contributed, was completely of their own time. So I'm really appreciative of that.
And it's a fabulous book. It's just the quality and everything. Like it's like so nice to look at. It's so nice, the feel of it too. Like I obviously love the feel of books. And people you mentioned there, you mentioned John Loftus, what a great man, and his mentoring group is just fantastic. I've been to quite a few of his meetings as well, and the people you meet people from all walks of life and also from so many different avenues and careers and backgrounds, and it's just been so incredible. And as well, of course, you mentioned Terry and Brendan Ring there, like they're absolutely incredible, and Cliona's is an amazing foundation in memory of their daughter and the work they do. And as you said, it's helping families out during the most awful time in their lives when they have a sick child. I know there's a few people you said you want to mention as well that helped put the book together. You've got Cube, of course, and Donal O'Keefe.
Donal O'Keefe, a complete gentleman, right? He designed this whole book, and I don't know how he had the patience to work with on it, right? Because we had a very tight timeline. Suzanne Darcy, she was completely the inspiration as well behind the book, and she brought in the health and nutrition and the well-being into the book. Obviously Phil Deegan, who's in Cliona's foundation, had a huge amount of input as well in terms of the marketing and helping us out as well, trying to put this book together. So look, there is a number of people there that had given up their time. And as you said, Midwest Mentoring, the team there has just been completely spectacular. I think they have put in here really valuable content that will help people working from home. And I suppose the whole piece of this is to help people and to give back to the community.
It's incredible. And I was actually in the gym at some stage when we were allowed into gyms and we were allowed to be in a class, and someone in the gym said to me, oh, I picked up a book the other day, and they said, yeah, you're in it. And I went, what? And they were like, yeah, the work-life blend one. And I was like,
exactly. And Meghann, like, it's very important, right? Because I think during COVID, an awful lot of people have lost people as well. So we have to take that into account, you know, and the whole mental health and well-being of people have to be on people's top agendas. So like your contribution there around, you know, grief and how, like, you have done a fantastic job within the story there, explaining how your, you know, the whole background behind your story, and that's definitely going to help people. Yeah, you know, and I think, you know, there's like Dr. Jim Bradley is in here as well. You know, he has the Rise Up Challenge on change, and you know how people can get over that. There's people in here, you know, Vincent Scully on avoiding the pivot pitfall in business. You know, setting up your business online. There's actually recipes in here as well for healthy eating in your families. And the other things in there is just all around your mindset and having a happy life, just making sure that you're stepping into that challenge and maintaining a growth mindset. So look, it does, when I was writing this book and putting it together, what I had to try and think of was all of the elements that would help people working from home and having that work-life blend. And just I suppose, look, from my experience and from the team's experience that have contributed to this book, it's just been amazing. The other person I would like to comment on, and it wouldn't have been possible without this person contributing to the book, was Zag Brands. So Zag had put sponsorship towards creating this book. So there was a number of contributors and businesses, and look, when we approached them, they were so happy to help and so giving. It was just unbelievable. Another one, Modular Automation. So Vivian Farrell there out in Shannon, you know, none of them kind of turned us down. But what I would ask is, we have the Work Well-being Day coming up on, I think it's April the 30th. And it would be brilliant if there was business professionals out there that would like to buy this book for, you know, their employees, or, you know, give a contribution toward it. It's a couple of cups of coffee, to be honest. When you look at the cost of the book, 100% proceeds go to Cliona's foundation. All of the content, all of the design, everything that went into the book was all done freely by all of these businesses. Cliona's foundation has the capacity for to raise about 350K, and they do that completely 100% with no government funding, and it's all of the people that take part in helping those families. It's really important cause.
It's absolutely incredible. So Jennifer, where can we get this book?
So if you go online to www.cleonas.ie, and you can order from there.
Super. Jennifer Kelly, thank you so much for chatting to me on the Limerick Post Show, all about work-life blend. As I said, it's a beautiful book. It's so invaluable stuff in here. There's, like, as you said, so many great chapters from every kind of walk of life that you can imagine. So I think everyone will get something from this book. So thank you so much.
Thanks a million. Thank you.